Hello people and welcome back to the RDF Tactic channel. Today we have some new content, so don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments if you wish for this to continue. But today I'll be kind of acting as a director of football for Manchester United. In real life, they're rumoured to be looking at a ball-winning midfielder and an attacking fullback to cover Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And what I've done is scouted players in real life, looked at the statistics and created a 10-man shortlist with stat visuals which you will see soon for both right back and defensive midfield. They will also have to fit into the tactic replication we have for United as well, so tactics are still involved. We'll then sign a right back and defensive midfielder, play a season in Football Manager and see how the team gets on. United only have 30 million to spend in Football Manager. They've bought Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho, so we'll need to sell regardless. But hopefully we can find players with the 30 million budget. And for one, I'm excited about this challenge. But before we start, make sure you are subscribed if you are enjoying my content. Make sure you like this video as well, that is most important. Also, you can share it, but don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments. But now, let's get started. So as we spoke about in the beginning, we've only got 30 million to spend on a right back and defensive midfielder. We can always sell as well to increase that budget, but considering that they have bought Varane and Sancho, we may want to use that money to cover up those transfer fees. So for the defensive midfielder's profile, we are looking for a destroyer, a ball winner, but also someone that's good in possession to support the midfield. So what I'm going to do right now is pop up my 10-man shortlist. I'm looking for players that can win the ball and be heavily involved in defensive duels, but also comfortable on the ball and help the team progress the ball, which is going to be involved in the tactics. The age preference is to be at most 20 years of age, and all of these players must have at least 20 appearances last season. So as we can see some of the names here, we got Wilfred Ndidi, Ruben Neves, who is rumoured to be joining Manchester United in real life. We got Calvin Phillips, who's going to be difficult to get, an excellent defensive midfielder from Monaco. We got Guido Rodriguez from Real Betis. We got Tapia from Celta Vigo, Wilma Barrios from Zenit, Edson Alvarez from Ajax, Sangare from PSV, and Jordi Schouten from Bologna. So you can see here we've got the age, we've got the market value, but the key things that I will be looking at are forward passes per 90, the accurate forward passes percentage, passes into the final third per 90, accurate passes into the final third, progressive passes, successful defensive duels actions, defensive duels per 90, defensive duels 1 percentage, and interceptions per 90. Now, considering we only have 30 million, Ndidi may be too expensive, Ruben Neves may be too expensive, but still interestingly, these players will be good for Manchester United in real life. So what we're going to do in Football Manager is ask these players' agents how much they're going to cost roughly. Of course, if it's too much, we aren't even going to touch those players, but if it's within the budget, likely we will bid for those players. So we'll start off with Wilfred Ndidi, 23, from Leicester, Nigerian international, very good player, especially a ball winning midfielder. He's valued at 36 million on Football Manager, but his estimated cost is between 48.5 million and 68 million pounds. But if we check our transfer budget, well, we've got 36 million pounds. Of course, we can always sell players. I've actually already got the shortlist of players that I want to sell, but we'll get onto that a little bit after. He's going to be too expensive, so we'll move on to Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves, also 23 years of age, valued at 36 million, which is our transfer budget. He plays for Wolves, probably a better ball playing midfielder. He's got very good vision and passing, especially his free kick taking as well. Technically, very sound. He's got 13 for tackling, 14 for positioning, 15 decision making, 15 anticipation as well. He isn't going to be too bad defensively. If we ask his agent, he's going to cost between 62 million and 82 million, way too expensive for us. Next on the list, Calvin Phillips, who is valued at 32 million pounds and played for Leeds. He's 1 year older, he's 24 years of age, but not too old of course. He's got a spirited mentality, he likes to dictate tempo, he dives into tackles, he tries long range passes, and he likes to switch the ball out to the wider areas. That could also be helpful in our tactic, but if we ask the agent how much he's going to cost, he isn't prepared to join Manchester United due to the rivalry that exists between the two clubs. So we're going to exit those talks and look at the very next player. Now, I'm not actually sure or 100% how to pronounce his name. I don't really want to butcher it, but here we go. Tuchouameni, that's how I'm going to pronounce his name. 20 years of age on Football Manager, currently playing for Monaco's B team. He's valued at 3.4 million, but in Football Manager his attributes aren't quite good enough for Manchester United, especially in the first team. But in real life, excellent midfielder. Chelsea were apparently looking at him, a very good midfielder, no doubt has a very big future as well. But if we ask his agent how much he's going to cost, he wouldn't be interested in joining Manchester United either, as he's just joined Monaco on the game. Is that true? Yep, he's just joined Monaco from Bordeaux. He's only played 3 games, but he obviously wants to stay at Monaco, so we move on to the next. Guido Rodriguez from Real Betis, valued at 17.75 million on Football Manager. He's got very good tackling, decent passing, decent technique, good positioning as well on 15, and his anticipation is on 16. He can read the game and read it very well. His determination is on 10 though, which is a little too low for my liking. His pace is on 11, his acceleration is on 12. He can't really get to those positions quickly, but at the same time it's not too slow, and it's something that we can live with. He's got a good first touch as well, which can help us build out from the back. If we ask the agent how much he's going to cost, between 23.5 million and 31.5 million. A decent transfer fee, but kind of too much for us as well. We're not going to go for Guido Rodriguez on Football Manager. Next, we have Renato Tapia, 24 years old from Peru. He's an international as well. Didn't have the best of Copa Americas as he got injured in the early stages. But on Football Manager, his tackling is on average, passing average. He's got good teamwork and work rate though, but his positioning is average. His anticipation also is on average as well. So in Football Manager, he's not quite the player he looks in real life. Renato Tapia could be due to some attribute progress in Football Manager 22, but on 21 he's not really good. Someone to watch in real life though, a very interesting player, and again could be looking to move this summer or next summer as well. How much will he cost on Football Manager? Well, he wouldn't be interested in joining Man United as he's just joined Celta Vigo. So we move on to the next. Now we have Wilma Barrios, 26 years of age, Colombian, and plays for Zenit Petersburg. He's got very good tackling, very good marking. His positioning is excellent, excellent teamwork and work rate as well. Bravery, very brave. He's got good natural fitness and stamina, so he can ball win literally for the whole 90 minutes. He's got a little bit of determination as well, helping him get through those 90 minutes. He's got decent aggression as well. He wants to be involved in the game. He can read the game with anticipation and good positioning. I mean, this guy almost looks like the perfect candidate. He plays short, simple passes as well. He doesn't try those Hollywood passes, likely not going to lose the possession too often. If we ask his agent how much he's going to cost, between 7.5 million and 10.75 million. Absolutely perfect, exactly what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is make a transfer offer. I mean, we want them to accept the bid right away, so we're going to offer 10.75 million, suggest those terms, and Zenit feel that the offer is acceptable and we can get on with that offer. But we're going to continue looking. We're going to look at Edson Alvarez. He plays for Ajax, 22 years of age. He's fairly young still. He is wanted as well, but wanted by Villa, Brighton, Seville and Valencia. He's valued at £6 million. Again, a very good player. He likes to play short, simple passes as well. Not defensively as good as Wilma Barrios, but he may be a better ball playing midfielder. His decisions aren't at the level that I want him to be, and his composure as well. But if we ask the agent how much he's going to cost, a high fee may be required, which we just aren't going to break the bank for him. Next, we've got Ibrahim Sagare, 22 from PSV, another good midfielder, a more of a complete midfielder. He can do literally almost everything. He can dribble with the ball, he's got a decent first touch, he can head the ball, he can shoot, he can pass, he can mark, tackle. He's literally got everything in his locker. He's only valued at £4 million on Football Manager as well. I'm not sure when he actually joined PSV, he's just joined as well, so it's very unlikely that he will join Manchester United on Football Manager at this stage. But he is someone to look out for, especially in real life, a very good midfielder. And lastly, we have Jordi Schouten from Bologna. He's 23 years of age, he's Dutch and valued at 6.5 million. He's got very good dribbling and very good first touch as well. Those attributes literally just jump straight out at me. He's got good passing as well, his tackling isn't bad, he's got good positioning and teamwork as well. Decent off the ball movement, he's got good determination, decision making's on 13, so he's just about made that good threshold. Anticipation on 15 as well, agility 13, balance 13. A decent player, but at 23 I may be looking for someone a bit more accomplished than Jordi Schouten for Manchester United. But in real life, again, a very good player. I believe AC Milan are looking at him. I believe Lazio too as well, but that's no surprise. A very good midfielder in real life. He tries killer balls, he dwells on the ball, which isn't actually a very good trait, not for me anyway. He doesn't dive into tackles and he runs with the ball rarely, though he's got 16 dribbling. Doesn't make sense. He joined Bologna in 2019-20 from the Eredivisie. He made that transition very well. On Football Manager, how much is he going to cost us? Between 10.75 million and 15 million pounds. Now, we do have that money, but Wilma Barrios is a better player for me anyway, especially for what we want, and we're going to go for Wilma Barrios. So, that's the defensive midfielder search done. We're now going to look at the attacking right backs. So we have here the attacking right back shortlist. As well as being able to create chances from the right side for United, they also must show the defensive awareness and ball winning abilities. With Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the side though, this player does not need to be a key player. But here we're looking at passes into the final third, accurate passes into the final third percentage, their assist as well, that's kind of key, their successful defensive actions, defensive duels 1, successful attacking actions per 90, offensive duels per 90, offensive duels 1 per 90, expected assists, crosses per 90 and accurate crosses percentage as well. We're going to go through some of the players, not all of them, as a lot of you are familiar with Max Arians and Kieran Trippier, so we're just going to show you their transfer values in Football Manager, what the teams are asking for. First off, we got Riddle Baku, who's very versatile. Not very good on Football Manager, probably better in real life, but still nonetheless a very good player. He's only 22 years of age, he's fast, well, he's got good acceleration and he's very fit. He's got high aggression, he wants to be involved constantly in a game. He's got good off the ball movement as well and decent dribbling. His flair could be better. If we ask the agent how much they're looking for, he's not willing to join Manchester United as he has only joined Wolfsburg on this game. Next we got Max Aarons. Everybody is familiar with Max Aarons on Football Manager, a very good right back. This is someone that we can sign and he goes straight into the first team, but considering our budget, we probably can't afford him. If we ask the agent, they want between £29 million and £58 million. Absolutely no way can we buy Max Aarons in this transfer window, so we will move on to the next. Kieran Trippier plays for Atletico Madrid, valued at 12.75 million. Again, a very good player, especially technically. He's got good crossing, decent passing, decent tackling as well, and good technique. He works hard, a very good team player as well, and a very fit one at that. He's not the quickest right back in the world, but he's not slow either. But if we ask the agent how much he's going to cost, between £17.5 million and £22.5 million, we will add him to our shortlist, if I remember how to do that. Oh, he's already on the shortlist. Next, we have Dodo, someone that's fairly quick. He's got decent off the ball movement as well. His technique isn't bad and he's got very good dribbling. He runs with the ball down the right and he likes to get further forward whenever possible. Now, this is someone that we are actually kind of looking at. This is someone that fits our search perfectly according to the attributes anyway and their real life stats. If we ask the agent how much he's going to cost though, a high fee may be required and we just don't have that type of money. If we make an offer, let's say we just put 7.5 million, suggest terms, how much do they want? Around £33.5 million, too much. That is almost our whole transfer budget. Next we have Gonzalo Montiel from River Plate. He's 23 years of age and he plays for Argentina. Well, he has 4 caps. He on Football Manager, however, is very solid. He likes to get further forward. He's got decent off the ball movement to match that. He plays short simple passes as he hasn't got the passing vision and technique to be playing the more Hollywood passes, and he likes to dive into tackles, which matches up with his aggression and bravery. So his traits matches his attributes, which is always a good thing on Football Manager, and his value is very low. If we ask his agent how much they want around 4.1 and 5.5 million pound. Very cheap. We are going to add him to our shortlist, but what lets me down is his technical ability. Now we are looking for an attacking fullback, someone that can help create chances, and he is very unlikely to be able to do that, but nonetheless a very solid backup option. Next we have Denzel Dumfries, which everybody by now should know a little bit more about him. From his performance in Euros, he done absolutely fantastic, but for PSV as well, he done very well. He got 9 assists, which is the most on this list, and he has an expected assist of 7.25. He pretty much does well in every criteria as well. This is someone that we are heavily looking at. He's got decent heading, decent first touch, he's got decent crossing as well. His off the ball movement is there, his acceleration could be better, but he's got decent pace and decent stamina. Now, he's only 24 years of age, he can improve. He's also wanted, so we may have to move in quick. He's wanted by Brighton, Southampton, Leeds, Everton and Crystal Palace. Clearly, they've been looking at my list. If we ask the agent how much they want, PSV want around somewhere between £8.75 million and 12.25. We're actually going to make an offer. So we want to give them 5 million now, and we're going to give them installments. So in 4 installments, we will pay around £7.5 million, totaling this transfer deal to 12.5. We're not going to suggest, because they might come back with a counter offer, but we are going to make that offer a very good offer around what they are asking for anyway. Dumfries is someone who we really want, but we still have to look at the players on the list. Leo Dubois, now he's got the highest expected assist in this list. He's got 9.04 expected assists. Very, very good. Probably one of the fullbacks with the most expected assists around Europe's top 5. He's 25, he plays for Lyon, he's valued at £10.5 million. A very, very solid player on Football Manager, but his physical attributes let me down immensely. He hasn't got the stamina, neither the natural fitness, and he's not fast at all as well. So this is someone that we might just disregard completely in Football Manager, but in real life, this is someone to be looking at. Next, we have Mario Fernandez from CSKA Moscow. He's 29 years of age, he's Russian and Brazilian now. I'm sure this Mario Fernandez has been very, very good on Football Manager for 5 years running. I'm absolutely sure of it. He used to be like a signing that you always go to at the start. He used to be cheap and very good at right back. I don't believe his attributes have even changed much, neither, over the 5 years. But a very good right back anyway. He's valued at 9.25. I'm actually not quite sure why he hasn't made that move into a team in the top 5 European leagues. Maybe that offer just wasn't on, but for me, a very, very good right back, especially watching him for Russia anyway. If we ask the agent how much they want in Football Manager, well, he's not interested in joining. It's likely he's just signed a new contract, but he's been at CSKA Moscow for years now. But physically, very good, mentally very good, and technically, he's average. Next, we have Rasmus Christensen from Red Bull Salzburg. Playing for Red Bull Salzburg, you must have some sort of stamina, some sort of fitness and some sort of intensity, which he has all of them. Natural fitness on 14, stamina on 15, aggression on 18 and bravery on 15. But he does lack some key attributes such as off the ball and positioning, which is on 12 and 11 respectively. His tackling is on 12, his passing is on 12, technique on 10, dribbling on 11 and first touch on 10. His acceleration on 12 as well, so this player isn't quite what we're looking for Manchester United in Football Manager, but in real life, again, make sure you keep an eye out on him. He could be making a move to Europe's top 5 leagues. On Football Manager though, Red Bull want around 4.4 million and 6.25. Last and probably least, we've got Alessio Castro Montez. He's 23 years of age, he's from Belgium and he plays for Ghent. Now on Football Manager, not too great, is he? He's fast, he's got decent teamwork, vision and work rate, decent decision making and decent bravery. But remember, my scouted list was from real life statistics. So if we look at him in real life, his passes into the final third is on 6.07. Accurate passing, he's very accurate with it as well, 75%. He's got 3 assists. He attempts a lot of defensive duels, the second most in this list. Also, the defensive duels 1 percentage is very high on 61%. Successful attacking actions, the highest on this list with 5.22. Offensive duels actions as well, highest again on this list, 9.37. So a very good player in real life, but you have to consider this is in the Belgium league playing for Ghent. He's 24. Can he make that step up to a bigger side? Possibly not Manchester United, I'm not too quite sure. I'm not exactly a scouting expert, but I have seen some clips. He looks very good. Maybe a championship side, maybe a team like Newcastle, possibly. But for Manchester United, that step might be too big. But in Football Manager, just for fun, we'll ask the agent how much he's going to cost, between 2.9 million and 4.2. On Football Manager, he might be decent anyway. He's got the pace, he's got the teamwork and the work rate. So in the championship, he might be decent. That wraps up though our scouting list for our defensive midfielders and our fullbacks. Who have we made the transfer offers for? Denzel Dumfries is who we're looking at, and Wilma Barrios is also who we are looking at. But what we're going to do now is just skip the game a few days so that we have signed these two players and we've also sold our players. So as you can see, we made those two signings. Denzel Dumfries from PSV for £12.5 million. That was £5 million now, and then 7.5 million stretched over 4 installments. We also have Wilma Barrios as well from Zenit for £10.75 million as well. I am using an update as well. I'm using Pro's update, daily updates. So we do have Rafael Varane and we do have Jadon Sancho in our squad, which is exciting. So now let's move over to the tactic. Now we got our key players in Wilma Barrios and Wan-Bissaka. We can now set out the tactic. It's a 4-2-3-1. It's RDF's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recreation. In defence, we got David De Gea in goal, acting as our goalkeeper. At left wing back, we got Luke Shaw, who's going to be bombing up and down the field in real life. That's what Luke Shaw was doing. He was fairly attacking. Right back, Wan-Bissaka was fairly similar, but he wasn't as creative as Luke Shaw. Now, he was more defensively solid, very hard to beat as well, especially 1v1. He put in a lot of tackles and competed in a lot of defensive duels. So we've given him the fullback role with the supportive duty, but he's going to dribble more to try and accommodate the more attacking right back when we play Denzel Dumfries. He's going to shoot less often, get further forward, close down more, tackle harder and mark tighter. In central defence, we have two central defenders in Harry Maguire and Raphael Varane. Now Maguire is more of the ball playing defender, but we're just going to let his player traits do the work. He likes to run with the ball through the centre, he tries long range passes, he likes to switch the ball out to the wider areas, and he brings the ball out from the defence. Now we're just going to let the player traits do that rather than giving him the ball playing role. In defensive midfielder, we have our ball winning midfielder, but we've given him a defensive midfielder role with a defend duty. Now he's going to tackle hard, be more forceful, be more aggressive in his tackles, trying to win the ball back, but mainly he's just going to protect the defence, win the ball back and play it to the more creative players. Talking about creative players, we have a register for Paul Pogba, a more aggressive version of a deep line playmaker, which is something that we want. We want to free up Pogba. I find that Pogba was a little bit more disciplined in real life, so Wilma Barrios should be able to allow Pogba to flex his creativity skills. He's of course got dribble more as well, trying to bring the ball forward and also give him better passing options. On the left flank, we have Marcus Rashford. I think in my little example diagram thing, I've put Rashford on the right and Sancho on the left. Now, that's just my preference. In real life, they may play more like this: Rashford on the left and Sancho on the right. If that's the case, and this is a replication, we do have the inside forward on the left on the supportive duty, getting further forward, and on the right we have an inverted winger, someone that's going to be more involved in creating, whereas the inside forward is going to be more direct, getting towards goal, helping the striker with the attacking output such as goals. In attacking midfield, we have an advanced playmaker on the attacking duty. He's going to be Bruno Fernandez, of course, roaming from his position, but also closing down more and tackling harder. Something that Fernandez was doing in real life, being more involved in the defensive duels. And lastly, up top now, finding a striker role for Cavani was hard. Cavani liked to touch the ball in the penalty box. That's what he was very good at, getting into the box and getting those touches inside the box as well for Manchester United. But I couldn't really find a role for that. We could have used the poacher, of course, but then we are limiting his involvement in the build-up, which Cavani was kind of involved in the build-up as well, which is the reason why I didn't go for the poacher. So I went with the pressing forward because he's going to be a little bit deeper, not exactly right up there like an advanced forward. He's also going to help a little better in the build-up phases, and of course, he's going to be very attacking, getting inside the box. That's the player roles, and for the instructions, this is what it looks like. We are using a positive mentality. Fairly wide for the approach play, we are going to be playing out from the defence, passing it shorter with a higher tempo and trying to work the ball into the box. In transition, when the possession has been lost, we are going to counter press. When the possession has been won, we are then going to make our counter movements. When the goalkeeper is in possession, he's going to look to distribute it to either of our defenders. Lastly, for out of possession, we have a higher line of engagement, a higher defence line. Our defensive width is set to standard. Our present intensity is set to more urgent. Man United have a PPDA of 11 point something, I can't remember, but it was higher than the league's average, and we are preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. For the tackling, we are going to get stuck in. Now, that's just my preference on Football Manager. That brought me better results. Not that that it's an exact replication, but on Football Manager again, it simply just brought me better results. That there is the tactical wrapped up. We've already played the season, so we're going to see how well this tactic and these plays done throughout the year. So now let's skip, as we've already done, but let's skip a year and see what happens. Looking at the competitions, wow. Manchester United won the league, but the reason why I said wow was the points tally. I was not expecting 97 points, but Liverpool also had a very good season with 93 points. Arsenal as well, 89 points for Arsenal. But we played 38, we won 31, we drew 4, losing 3, and had a goal difference of plus 84. Absolutely incredible. The top goal scorer for Manchester United in the Premier League was Bruno Fernandez. Surprise. The highest average rated player for Manchester United was Bruno Fernandez as well. And the highest assist, well, you guessed it, Bruno Fernandez. In the Champions League, we actually won it, beating Barcelona 5-1 in the final. Absolutely incredible. You can see that Cavani scored or got disallowed. Tuanzebe scored the first goal, Greenwood got on the score sheet, then Cavani double before Dembele scored a consolation, and then Jadon Sancho scored right at the death. Nice to see Jadon Sancho get on the score sheet, but we actually won the treble. But we're not going to go into too much detail as the focus wasn't purely on the tactic but also on the transfers. We scored the most goals, we scored 100, we had the most shots for, the fewest shots against. Our pass completions on 89%. For the most possession, we had 55% of the ball. For the most tackles won, we came in 8th actually with 838. For the most dribbles made, we came in 2nd. For the most clean sheets, we had the most with 26, and we conceded the fewest. Looking at the player stats, Bruno Fernandez scoring 15 and Cavani scoring 14. For the most assists, we have Bruno Fernandez on 17, Alex Telles on 9. For the most shots, we have nobody there in the top 8. Player of the Match Awards, Bruno Fernandez on 16. For the most key passes, Bruno Fernandez absolutely smashing it. For the best pass completion, we have Rafael Varane on 96%, so to Harry Maguire. For the tackles won, we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, absolutely no surprise, 136. For the most dribbles made, Jadon Sancho made 34 dribbles. And for the clean sheets, we have David De Gea. And for the fewest conceded, we also have David De Gea. So now we're going to look at the squad stats. Who were the top goal scorers for Manchester United? Anthony Martial on 25, Cavani on 23, Bruno Fernandes got 17 in all competition. Let me remove the loans. We have Mason Greenwood on 15, Jadon Sancho on 14, Rashford on 13, and Harry Maguire on 11 with Rafael Varane on 8. So we are going to focus on Jadon Sancho. He played 42, getting 14 goals, 13 assists, average rating of 7.01. Rafael Varane played 48, scored 8 goals, getting 2 assists, and an average rating of 7.30. Very, very good player Rafael Varane was for us. Next we have Wilma Barrios. He played majority of the games. He played 43, scoring 1. That wasn't his job anyway. He got 3 assists and no man of the match awards, but he did get 15 yellow cards in all competitions and 1 red card. He had an average rating of 7.05 in all competitions, a very good signing. He's now valued at £36 million, a very, very good signing indeed. Lastly, now we are going to be looking at our right back Denzel Dumfries. He didn't play many games, he only played 14 games. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the better player and he didn't help us attacking wise neither. He only got 2 assists, no man of the match awards, but he did play very well overall anyway with an average rating of 7.16. so overall, still a very decent signing. Now his value is at £27 million. We can actually sell him and go for one of the more attacking right backs that we was looking at, somewhere like Dodo or somewhere like Max Aarons. But unfortunately, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you want more, make sure you tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you are subscribed, make sure you like this video and leave a comment. My name is RDF. Hopefully Manchester United make these signings, as I will look like a genius, but hopefully you have enjoyed this video as well. My name is RDF. I now have to run to my babies. I can hear one of them crying. I'll speak to you soon. Stay safe. Peace out. God bless.